Welcome back. Now, my next guest is his own CD out. I wasn't looking for that. It is Philosophical Bogan. Now, Matty B can also be seen online on a brand new web series called The Joke's on Me. Please put your hands together and welcome Matty B, everybody.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Matty B, part-time comedian, full-time origami enthusiast. It's nice to be here. This is a great gig. I'm from Newcastle, and we don't get to do nice gigs like this in Newcastle. Hey, in fact, we do a lot of rough gigs in Newcastle, and that's all right with me. I don't mind doing rough gigs because you learn a lot from doing rough gigs. Like, for instance, I've learnt that people won't throw bottles if they're within spitting distance. That's a life lesson, you know. It is nice to be in Sydney as well, though. It's great to be home. I've been on the road a lot lately. I got to go to Melbourne to gig recently, which is excellent. I love Melbourne. Melbourne's the only place that I've ever been where I've seen a soy latte wearing a scarf and riding a fixed gear push bike to a used record store so I could buy a vinyl, listen to it once and then turn it into a handbag. Yeah. When I first wrote that joke, I had it so that the coffee turned the vinyl into a coffee table. But then I got caught in this logic loop. I was trying to work out if a coffee makes a table, does that inherently make said table a coffee table? Or is it possible for a coffee to make a table that isn't a coffee table and is merely just a table? But then I realised someone's probably going to end up putting the coffee on the table. So from its perspective, it's probably a chair. So I grew up in a tiny little country town, about 100 k's inland from Newcastle. I grew up in this tiny little town, and my old man is a doctor of psychology. Yeah. Yeah, the result of which being that I've turned out to be an extremely philosophical bogan. It's undeniably true. I came to accept the fact that I'm at least partially bogan the moment that I realised I have a going out flano. I'm also deeply philosophical. I like to think about the world around me. Recently, I've been asking myself if the real question is, why does my umbrella smell? Or why am I smelling my umbrella? I am stoked at the moment. I'll tell you guys why I'm stoked at the moment. It's because it's council clean-up in my suburb. Yeah. I love council clean-up. It's the most amazing thing. For anyone watching who isn't from Australia and you don't know what I'm talking about, in Australia we have this thing, right? It's called council clean-up. And what you get to do is you get to go into your house, yeah, and just get all the junk that you don't want, right? And then you get to put it out on your front lawn and just watch crazy people go through it. It's amazing. Council clean-up is the only time that I've seen a dude wearing an aluminium foil hat and who had less teeth in his face than the South American hunting pouch tied around his neck, calling out the immortal words, "Ha! An oath! A filing cabinet!" Yeah, man, you have got heaps of important documents to keep in order, haven't you? Yeah, those newspaper articles about crop circles and old Big W catalogues don't just sort themselves, do they, big fella? I went into a cafe this afternoon, right? I went into this cafe and I ordered myself a takeaway coffee. And as I was waiting for them to make my coffee for me, I just rolled myself a cigarette. And this lady standing next to me, she turns to me and she says, "You know what? I think smoking cigarettes is disgusting." And I said, "Whoa, look, I am so sorry. I did not mean to let you assume that I could give a f*** what you think." And she said, "How dare you speak to me like that?" I said, "How dare they cut the fantail wrappers off halfway through the biographies?" This is the world we're living in, lady. Get used to it. Thank you very much, guys. I'm Matty B.
That's Matty B and his Philosophical Bogan CD, which is out. It's on iTunes and on his website, but we're going to give everybody here one tonight for nothing. So generous, thank you. Now, Matty is also, as I said before, he's also on a web series documentary about stand-up comedy called The Joke's on Me. You can check that out, thejokesonme.tv, so make sure you do that. Please thank one more time Matty B for me, everybody. Also, thank you to John Paul Young, who was here, and we'll see you again real soon. Good night.